right, hello, and welcome. I think so. I really wanted to make this video for people who have been having issues, similar issues to what I've been having, and that being, uh, surround sound not working properly as it should within Linux or Bazzite specifically. I don't know if it works on SteamOS. If you have a Steam machine, not sure if it works on CachyOS. I have no idea. But what I do know is that this works on Bazzite because I tested it out and it works without issue. So I have been trying and struggling to get my surround sound to function properly within Bazzite itself, because sometimes for some games it would work, or I think it would work, at least I'm not too sure, and then in other times it wouldn't work at all, and I would be seeing some instances where, like, for example, every other piece of audio works except for the characters in dialogue or something like that. And I later found out that it's because even though I had a surround sound system, it was coming through as a 2-channel thing. So yeah, that's kind of the issues I was running into, and I found I ran into this very nice little GitHub info thing with some code in here, and mainly this video is for people who don't know what the hell they're doing in Bazzite. I would consider myself a little more technically savvy than some of my friends, but even I was having a hard time really figuring out what the hell you do here. So this is kind of like a walkthrough process. And this guy Basso, great guy, really got it working. I've been struggling for a really long time trying to get this to work, and I'm really happy that it does work. So basically, I think there's some LG TV stuff that doesn't work with some people. I don't really know, but yeah, let's get into this tutorial. It's more just explaining certain things on here, not really so much of a tutorial. Mine is, for the most part, fixed. So I don't want to mess around with the terminal too much, but I'm just going to kind of explain kind of my process and what I did to finally get this to start working. So I guess the main thing that you want to start by doing, I don't know, he says it in here, that you want to, first initially download a certain add-on to the Alas plugins or ALSA, whatever this is, and I think that's something to do with Pipewire or something. I don't really know. I don't know too much about it. And then it says that you should be installing the pulse audio control, volume control. So that when I did it within my system, it didn't come up as pulse volume. It just comes up as volume control, and he's telling you basically to switch this off. This for me, it's the Navi 48 HDMI DP audio controller. I switched it off, and that's how I got it to work. Yours might be a little different. I think it's computer specific. So yeah. It's computer specific, sorry, not computer specific, TV specific. I will add that this is for a home theater setup. I have this hooked up to my TV, my built Steam machine, Bazzite machine, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so you want to hook this up, you want to turn this off so that you can actually start using it, because I think if it's in use, then this fix will not work at all. So that's something to keep in mind. The next thing that he has you do is to get the list of inputs that you have. So just for the sake of this, I'm going to copy this. You can either right click copy, and then in here what you want to do, you can't just do Control V or Control C in here. You have to do Control Shift and then V, and then you press enter. And then it's going to give you a bunch of these different audio stuff. in here. So for me, mine is the Hisense. It's this audio controller right here, or audio card, whatever the hell. And that's what it's going to look like. So what you're then going to want to do is you're going to want to copy this piece right here. You want to make note of what card and device that you have that your TV shows up in, or monitor if you're using a monitor. But like I said, this is for like home theater setups. And then you want to run this command here. This nano A sound RC Control Shift V, and then you're gonna come up into here. So let's see. Yep. And this is, you're basically gonna just want to copy this entire thing, but he did say that you're gonna have to, I don't know, I didn't really read into it too much, and that might be my fault, that, you know, you kind of want to change this, because, you know, in his example, it was, what, device 10 or something? His Samsung TV came out as device 10. Mine came up as 9, so that's why, where is it? Right here, I switched it to 9. So it's card 1 HDMI, which is the HDMI. Card 1 is the HDMI. And then device 9 is what I changed it to. So yeah, you're pretty much just copying this whole thing down to these brackets. And I think that's to do with the code formatting, the syntax or whatever. So you're just going to copy this whole thing. I deleted the comments. I believe I took like a computer science class. I believe when it has this little like number sign, I think that means it's a comment. I just deleted it in here, but then I ended up leaving it in later, you know, and you'll see that. And then you want to go ahead and test it. I will not test mine. Well, I guess I should add, once you finish in here in this text file, you're going to hit Control O and then enter, and then Control X to exit. And that basically saves it. And then what you're going to do is that you're going to test the speakers. So you basically copy paste this, Control Shift V, and then you hit enter. I'm not going to do that because I don't want my speakers to start testing. It will continually keep testing and cycling through the test. And to stop it, I just kind of spammed my keyboard. That's pretty much all I did. And then it stopped. I didn't know of another way to do that, but anyway. And then you're going to go back in here, and this is, and you're going to copy this little nano sign on step 8. And you hit enter. And then you are going to copy all of this in here. All of this. So within copy this and copy this, you copy all of it and you put it right in here. You do the same thing that you did before, which is the Control O, enter, and then X. And then in order to, this is the one thing, this is why I'm saying I didn't know what the heck I was doing. You have to run this. You have to copy this whole thing right here. I'm not going to do it, but you copy this whole thing right here, and then you hit enter, and then it runs everything that we did prior. I did not know that. So I was like trying to like, I was like freaking out, like, how the hell do I do this? How do I run this file? And I didn't want to go to the next sections without doing it. So yeah, that was pretty much that situation there. But this is another thing too. You need to keep a live service. And I guess that does like some minor white noise in the background for your audio system. What I did is I copied this. But if you just copy it as it is, it's not going to do anything. So what I did at first, and I don't know if this is actually how you're supposed to do it, but this is how I did it, and it worked. So I put nano first, and then I pasted this. And then boom, I just, like I said, like we did before, I just copied this entire thing. pasted that into there, and then I hit the Control overwrite, Control O, enter, and then Control X to exit. And I then ran this. I copied this. I'm not going to do it, like I said. Copied that. Control Shift V. Copied that. Ran it. And then I rebooted my computer. And what ended up happening was that if I pull up volume controller, or volume control, my configuration, this nav, whatever, this default of what it originally was, that was, it was off. I'm keeping it off. But when I rebooted and I went into my settings here, I no longer had the Navi 48 DP HDMI controller, and I had this new TV surround sound, TV surround 4.1 input. And what I did was just I tested it. I was able to test it, and this might pick up on my headphones. I don't know. I put some noise suppression on here. Let's see if it picks up. I don't know if it will. Front right. Well, my volume is extremely low on the audio system right now. But I was able to get it working completely fine with no issue. So that was very nice, a very nice touch. But yeah, that's how I was able to get it working. And I've tested it. Everything worked just fine. No issues at all. Now I don't know if this is like a thing. If you need like I'll tell you what. My system that I have is like a budget box surround sound system that has a sound bar right and left, and then it has two Bluetooth wireless speakers for the rear right, rear left, and that's kind of my setup. I don't know if using an audio receiver does any difference or what, but this is what got my thing working. I just thought, because there are some people that are moving over to Linux and using the Bazzite interface and the Bazzite system, you might not know what to do in terminal, because this in the console or whatever, because it is kind of intimidating, and I would consider myself one of the more tech savvy of my friends, and this is scary. This is because I feel like Linux kind of hands you the gun, and you could pull it point it at your head and pull the trigger, and it won't stop you. So it is kind of scary. Obviously, I'd imagine if you were to fuck something up in here, you just go back into the nano files, you delete everything, you run it, and then maybe that, it fixes itself. I don't actually know, but yeah. So that's kind of the situation there. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Please like the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. I know this is a little more different than some of the videos I've done in the past, but like I said, this is all to help you guys, and you guys should definitely build yourself a home theater system, because it is kick ass. All right, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.